it is tight. It is my Charlie. Hello. Oh, he's so beautiful. Good boy. He's not eating. What's he not eating?
Everything. He's got
Charlie.
lentil and pumpkin.
Oh, yum. Good boy.
Distracted. He's got cinnamon carrot sticks.
And he's got buckle.
Apple overnight oats. But he wants buckle.
He wants a buckle.
I cook all his food and he wants buckle.
He wants texture. Do you reckon that's it? Because it's
he's
crunchy.
Teething and he wants, maybe
Is he
I'm making
crunchy?
Some,
Is he good for your teeth?
some stuff
Yeah.
that you might.
Maybe, yeah.
Like
Some
those
toast or
things.
something. Yeah. And I am about to eat my. Let me show you. Let me show you. I've got. Hang on. You can see a little bit here. I'm just going to turn the light on. There we go. 30%. That's too dark. There we go. I got this beautiful salad where I've got spinach and I've got beetroot and I got celery. No, that's not celery. Cucumber. There's tomato under there. There's a couple of eggs. Real good, real nice.
You could have chosen the bigger bowl.
Yeah, I know, I'm realizing that now. I've got to start picking the bigger bowls for real. And then these little things here, what do they call them? Like carnivore crisps or something. I don't know what people call them. It's like basically the rendered fat that's turned into like a fat bit. It's supposed to be good for you. And then over here, I've got some steak and avocado, and the knife is dirty. So that's what I've been eating. Because I eat once a day at the moment. When I eat. So every 2 weeks, I go through a cycle. I eat one meal a day, and then once every 2 weeks, I go 3 days without eating just to sort of reset my cycle and try and attack some of that, visceral fat and all these different things that's going on in my body. So this is what I was talking about the other day, we were talking about treating your body properly. This is something I've not been doing, and I'm starting to. So it's good. It's enjoyable too. You can make it fun. Salt and pepper. Salt and pepper makes everything good. Except ice cream. But ice cream is not good, so... Yeah. What do you reckon, Z's? Good? Actually, she shouldn't be eating it. Goodbye. For the astute viewers out there, you'll notice that, yes, I did trim the beard. Yes, it was at Hannah's request. And yes, I regret it. I miss the beard, man. I think the beard suited me a lot better. But anyway. So, something I wanted to show you. Remember a little while ago, we did the wine. And I harvested all the grapes. No grapes. Not really. But there was like a handful up the top. And if we look carefully... I'm starting to get hit by a snake. Can you see up the top there? Hang on. I'll go a little bit closer. A little bit closer. Look at that. There's a handful more. There's not that many. I'm going to leave those ones for the birds, I think. Unless, Hannah, they're here if you want them. Because I'm not eating grapes at the moment with this whole food change, lifestyle change thing. So, if you want them, Han, be quick. The second they turn like that, the birds will go for them, I promise you. Speaking of things getting stolen, let me tell you a little bit of news. So, Han and I have been tossing up for the longest time just life. I remember a couple months ago I did a vlog about, where we were in a better position financially and all these different things, and things were starting to look up. And then I did another one relatively recently where I was like, I ran the numbers and things are not as great as they seem, and my calculations are off again, it turns out, and the tax situation that we're in is not actually as bad as we thought, but it's still not super. Speaking of super, then there's super we've got to pay on top, but anyway. So anyway, TLDR, it's time for a lifestyle change. I know we've only been at this place for, over a year, just, but we have made a pretty big decision to leave Australia. And the timeline, we're still figuring out the timeline, we're still figuring out all the details, but we have made the decision that we will be leaving Australia in the next, 2 years from now we'll be in Vanuatu. That's the plan. Could be as soon as 6 months, could be as far out as 2 years, But the decision we finally made, yeah, we're going to do it. Many reasons. Look at these beautiful, beautiful flowers. What? Hey, Luna. Hey, Zia. Hey, Mama. Come on, girls. Yeah, so it's time. I'm working a lot, and I'm looking at how much we've got at the end of the day. My goal, right, our standard for our lives is, we want Hannah to be able to stay at home and be a mother and be a nurturer and be, everything she wants to be in that role as a mother. I look at I always say, if someone's like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a stay-at-home mother. I said, no, you're a work-from-home mother. That is a real job, and it is a big, important job, and I wouldn't do it. There's no way in hell. The pay is terrible. But that's kind of my point, is to allow that to happen. That means that I've got to cover the cost financially. And it's just a grind. It's such a grind. To be able to single-handedly pull in enough to cover the mortgage, cover our bills, try and put something away for the future. It's a lot. And yeah, it's just, and the cost of living is obviously getting worse, and one of my major clients is, I get paid in US dollars, and the US dollar is sort of tanking at the moment, so there's we're at about $1,000 a month just in the last week due to currency changes. And it's like, why am I working so hard for so little reward? We were talking about going away for a weekend, right, for Hannah's grandmother's birthday, and then we wanted to extend the trip, because we never get down there. And this is literally like, I'm running the numbers going, we can't do it. Like, I can't afford to extend from a 3-day trip, which is already going to be a bit intense, to 6 days. That's all I wanted to do. But we couldn't afford it. And just the costs added up, and it was like, no, not this soon. So it's been painful. It's been a struggle. And we're doing something about it. We've talked about it for so long. The realization that we came to was, I look back when my father was my age and how much he had to earn to buy a house. And then, because my mother was about a decade younger than my father, same thing, 10 years later. And it was different. Again, the wages were different. Cost of housing was different. Cost of living was slightly different. Then you jump forward to me, a generation later. So 20 years after mum-ish, 25, whatever it was. And things are getting way worse. I used to just ignore, people go, oh, we'll never buy a house, we'll never buy a house. And I was like, these people don't want to work hard. But I'm looking around now at the people who are working hard, and they're struggling, and I'm one of them. And it's unreasonably difficult. And then I look at Charlie, and I think, okay, so, 20, 30 years from now, what's the situation going to look like? I thought, okay, in the city, in Brisbane, let's say that the average job, just a entry-level desk job, pays $110,000, $120,000 in 20 years' time. Okay? Because currently it's sort of, 70, 80, whatever. So it'll go up a little bit. Average house today, so when we sold, we didn't get this, but when we sold, the house that we sold now has an estimated value, Hannah was looking the other day, of just over $1 million. And that was a nice 4-bedroom on a average size, block. Nothing big, there wasn't a hell of a lot of room. We had neighbour issues all the time, it was always crowded streets. That's $1 million, and that was about 45 to 60 minutes out of the city depending on traffic. So a 4-bedroom average house, $1 million now. In the city, 1-bedroom apartment, probably similar, And that's on an $80,000, salary. Good luck. So then when Charlie's this age, and Charlie's, average, base desk job salary for a full-time role will be about 120. I reckon the same house will be roughly almost $4 million. Those numbers don't add up. It's teetering on conspiracy talk, but anyway, reality is reality. You can watch history, and history tends to repeat itself, and you notice patterns. And anyway, so we decided that we eventually would leave the country and figure something else out for Charlie's sake. But we're even just reassessing for us. So we've made the decision that, yes, we're going to do, it's going to be a big jump. The reality is we're not that far away, right? Vanuatu is only a 3-hour flight away. Tickets are not crazy expensive. Adds up over time, but the reality is the frequency that we want to come back and visit will be far less, and I'm talking far less than we're currently paying in tax and other expenses. So, plus there's, beautiful blue water, there's community, there's a real sense of community. Where we are actually here, there's quite a, decent sense of community, which I like, but out in Vanuatu is just next level, just something else. We've always had, my family has always had connections out there, so it's been good. So, yeah, the time has come. It's a big move. There's been a lot of tears shed, a lot of anxiety about it. And then there's Hannah, So, it's been a tough decision. And I'll tell you what, it's an angering decision for me. My grandparents are buried in this country. Hannah's grandparents fought and died in this country. And we have to leave because the country that was fought for is no longer the country that we live in today. And it is genuinely sad. Genuinely sad. I love Australia. I love what Australia used to be. And it is heartbreaking watching this country fall. I have no intent for my family and myself to go down with the ship. So that's why we're sort of, following a call, let's say, out to Vanuatu. There's a lot that we can do. There's a lot of opportunity out there. I have this dream. My grandmother used to give her grandchildren each their own personal Bible when we were on our 10th birthday. Vividly remember it. Still got mine. And I had this vision. I thought, my life, I'm good at creating value. Financially, I'm good. That's what I'm good at. What can I do to put it to use? How can I use these talents that God has given me for something good? And I had this vision. What if I could work with, some sort of agency out in Vanuatu or the government or whatever it is to help build a program to get every child in Vanuatu their own Bible in their own language on their 10th birthday. And I ran some very, very high level rough numbers and realized it's possible. It's something that I could do almost single-handedly. Not, it'd be a big stretch and I'd have to basically cut our budget to the floor and live on the street, but it's possible. So if I had a few more backers and I just got organized and got mobilized, within a few years we could pull that off. I've been needing meaning in my life for a long time. I'm very good at creating goals. This is a big, hairy, audacious goal. I'm very good at that. I can set a target and I can make sure it happens. But having meaning is something I've always struggled with. Always. I used to go to, Tony Robbins events and all that. And it'd be this whole, focus on your why. I'm like, I don't know why. I didn't have a real, something in my soul that drove me. I had, it'd be cool to get a pay rise up to this figure, or it'd be cool to, do this next thing in my job, whatever. But I never had something that just pulled from inside me, ever. Until this. And I think it's actually possible. And if it's God's will, then it's going to happen, right? We just got to be obedient to the call. So, we shall see. There are going to be some very exciting times ahead. Very, very, very exciting times ahead. A lot of change, a lot of growth, a lot of challenge, a lot of opportunity. So I'm looking forward to it. Speaking of opportunity, look at this. I'm not sure if you could see that. 15,500 steps today. I slacked off yesterday. I was very, very busy. I only got, I think it was 7,000 steps. I'm supposed to be doing 10k a day. I thought, you know what? Punishment? Let's do 15,000 this week. Whether that sticks around or not, we'll see. But I've chucked the treadmill under the desk. Poor treadmill's struggling. But we're getting there. Hello. Hello, Charlie. He's a happy little boy.
So dirty, look.
Oh, you dirty.
I'm gonna have to soak his clothes.
Why are you so dirty? Why is he got avocados?
Also, it's not worth putting on new clothes.
Yeah,
He's
come to
gonna
Dad.
be in bed soon, so.
Yeah, hang on. Give me a boy. Talking about Vanuatu.
We're just chatting about Vanuatu.
Yeah.
Look at the boys. Look
Yeah.
at my boys.
Talking about how, you know, with a bit of breathing room, there's opportunity to build meaning in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rather than constantly trying to keep the hamster wheel spinning.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting. Isn't it, Charlie?
He's waving. He's so gross.
A lot of challenge, but a lot of opportunity too, right?
Exactly. It's going to be a big change, and the reality is, I mean, I know you share a lot of worries about if it's the right move, but if it's not, you just,
You got to trust God.
change again.
It's like I was just saying, you got to trust God. If it's God's plan, it'll happen, whether you like it or not. But you may as
Yeah.
well try and align with what you think God's plan is.
Exactly. And I know you have, for a long time, felt a very strong pull to be out there.
Oh, so strong.
And when you get out of survival mode, you have room for, direction and purpose.
Yeah. I was talking about the Bible program.
I was telling Nanny about that yesterday.
I reckon that'd be really cool. I reckon it's totally doable. We just gotta do it. Try.
He's
Pray.
loving it.
You know?
Exactly.
God loves prayer, but God also loves action. Like, my big thing, like you listen to Jesus' last words as he was leaving earth. He said, go out into the world. He didn't say, sit there and pray and I got it from here. You know?
Yeah.
Not that prayer's bad. It's like prayer alone, though, is... I don't know. If I were God and I told people to go and do, and they just sat there talking to me and asking me to do it, I'd be a bit offended.
It's the same as the the story of the guy who's on the roof of his house in the flood, and he's praying for God to save him, and they send a boat, and he goes, it's okay, God's got me, and they send a helicopter, it's like, oh, it's okay, God's got me, and then he gets to heaven, he goes, oh, I thought you had me, God, and he goes, well, who do you think sent the plane? Who do you think sent the boat?
You gotta do your end. That's it.
You gotta seek those opportunities.
You gotta trust and actually take movement in faith.
What do you think hand expressions you're doing, Charlie? He's been a very cranky boy today.
He's very emotional.
Lots of emotions for such a little body.
Anyway,
Big changes, timeline, TBD,
yeah,
but there's a new direction to go towards.
that's it. New goals, new excitement.
Did you
New
tell them your
adventure.
dad's photos that he sent through?
No. Dad's got a house out there that he's been working on. We got, like I said, we've got family friends out there for many generations now, and Dad's been slowly building a house on one of their properties.
They've got windows today.
Yeah.
Very beautiful windows. It's got windows, they're putting in the ceiling, it looks like, in the electrical.
Yeah.
So it's all happening.
I'll have to go out and visit that house soon.
Soon.
Yeah.
There's that word again, soon.
I should go back until I get back to work.
Okay.
Gotta pay the bills.
Tim's got a new beard today.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's a very nice beard, I like it.
No, it looks terrible. I look like a deflated basketball.
And on that note, we're gonna go.
I was a wizard. Oh no.